Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter that is from your syllabus, that is data handling. Okay, so before starting, we're gonna discuss that what we need to handle, that is data. Okay, before going in detail about data, let's study about the branch of mathematical science which deals with the topic that is data handling, that is statistics. Let us know about what is statistics. Statistics is a branch of mathematical science which deals with the collection. Collection means collection of facts and data which we are going to use further, and afterwards it classifies them. Okay, with classification we get to know about the things, okay, in different categories, and it will help us to identify things and to relate the things, or you can say understand the things easily or clearly. Afterwards, tabulation. Tabulation means to represent the data in terms of tables, because if we represent the data in tabular form, that is a horizontal and vertical lines, it is quite easy for us to relate the data with one another, and by tabulation it is quite easy for us to interpret the data. Okay, that is all about statistics. In previous in lower classes, like from 6 to 8, mostly we are having a chapter common, that is the data handling. But in higher classes you will not get to heard about this chapter, that is data handling, but in place of this you will get a chapter that is known as statistics, and till 12th standard and afterwards the higher standard also we're going to study about the statistics, which is a very vast topic as well as very vast subject which plays a very important role, okay, to represent our data. So let's discuss about that. What is the data? See class, as we have already discussed in our previous classes also about data, that data is a collection of raw facts, figures. Okay, raw facts means which has no meaning of its own. For example, if I'll say 4 is a number, we know that 4. If I write 4, okay, if I write 4, the 4 can be anything. If 4 can be a number, 4 can be a roll number, 4 can be a t-shirt number, 4 can be a house number, 4 can be anything. We have no proper information about 4. So we can say that it is a data which has its no meaning at its own level. So we can say that, example, Amul. Amul can be a brand, it can be a student name, it can be a place name, it can be a house name, anything. Right? We don't know about a particular things about. If I write Amul, so that is the data which has no meaning at its own level. So here I have taken some example, that is 2, 4, 56, Anil, Amol, Sunil, having some numerical data also, and each numerical facts of this type is called the observations, and the numerical numbers I have taken, that is called numerical data. Okay, so this is all about data. Now let's come about another topic, that is information and knowledge. Nowadays, if we'll discuss with some students that what is the meaning of data, they will say collection of information. If I'll say that what is information, they didn't have any kind of answer with them. So let me clear about you that information means collection of data. The definition we used to have, that is the data is a collection of information, is wrong, because data has a raw facts and figures which has no meaning at its own level. Okay, but the information means the collection of data. For example, if I collected some data randomly, that four number, name as Ravi, subject as English, and class as 7. So I can relate this fourth thing that Ravi who is studying in class 7 got 4 marks in English. So see, from this 4 collection of data, I could able to get some information about that boy Ravi and about its English marks. So we can say that information means a collection of data, means meaningful things we are getting from it, that is information. Okay, so next come to the knowledge. Now when student asks me that ma'am, if the information is a collection of the data, means what is the meaning of knowledge then? Okay, knowledge means what we have in our mind, that is knowledge. So knowledge is not like that. In a layman language, I can explain you that knowledge is, it is informative information which varies person to person. For example, I like cricket, so I'll try to gather information about cricket only. If somebody asks me about how much runs scored by that batsman, so I could able to answer it because I'm taking so much of interest in cricket and its schedule plans, right? So, but if somebody asks me about kabaddi league or something else, I'm not taking that much interest, so I could not able to answer that. Means my knowledge will varies from that person to that person or person to person, right? So same here. For example, being a teacher, I am having a knowledge that who is the topper of the school. But some students not having the knowledge because being a teacher, I am having an interest in knowing that who is the topper and what percentage he got and what is the average of the school. But some students didn't know even because they are not interested to have the information. So the information which is useful for me, okay, it's not compulsory that it should be useful for you also. Alright. So with the information which is useful for me, I'll put it in my knowledge. So it become my knowledge. So I can say that knowledge means informative information, or you can say the useful information, which varies person to person. That's why we can say that knowledge varies from person to person. So from here, I'll try to conclude that data is a raw facts and figures, information is a collection of the data, and knowledge is a collection of information. It varies person to person. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now, next step is, now we have collected the data. What are the ways to represent the data? Okay, there are many ways to represent the data. In previous classes also you have studied to represent the data. Okay, the first form is pictograph. Pictograph is a way to represent the data in picture form. It is quite easy for it is easy to interpret through visualize way. Okay, as the data is given in the form of pictures, it is quite very easy for us, but it has some drawbacks that we cannot represent a large amount of data through pictograph. Okay, next is a bar graph. Bar graph we used to have, like we used to represent the data in terms of bars or of equal width, but its length varies according to the alternative information, and the bar graph is used for the individual data, right? Next one is double bar graph. We have also deal with this thing in 7th standard. The double bar graph deal with the individual data, but it is used to compare the data, or you can say compare two data. Okay. Next is pie chart. The pie chart is the representation, or you can say it is very good representation of a data in a circular form, and in one plane only we could able to get the things, okay, in a distributed manner. Okay, and this thing is in your syllabus of class 8, and we will discuss these things in detail. Next is histogram. The histogram is little bit different from the bar graph, okay, or as it is for ungrouped data, but histogram is for grouped data. This thing also we will discuss in detail in the chapter. Next is Next is polygon, or you can say frequency polygon. Okay, frequency polygon, it is not in your syllabus, but we will discuss it, discuss little bit to make you more clear. Okay, so let's move for the first representation. To make you little bit clear, I'm just taking, okay, yeah, pictograph. See, a pictograph representation of a data using symbol. As I already told that pictograph is a representation with the help of symbols. For example, you can see the figure here. Here the car, this symbol, car symbol is representing 100 cars. Means one symbol stands for 100 cars. If I say that in a month of July, two pictures are there and half pictures. This half pictures donate half of 100 means 50. So this single pictures hold for 100, another for 100, and this is half. Right? It becomes 250. Right? Similarly, in August, three pictures are means one picture stand for 100, means three pictures make 300. So similarly, in September, if there are four pictures, means how much it will be? It will be 400, because 4 pictures into 100, that is 400. Now next is some questions we need to answer. We used to answer for your reference only. I have just introduced this thing again to make you more clear. How many cars were produced in the month of July? So the answer is 250, because already mentioned. In which month were maximum number of cars produced? In which month the maximum number of cars produced? That is September. So we can have the answer here, that is first answer is 250 and second one is September. Right? Okay, let's move for the next representation, that is bar graph. Okay, before that, some more pictographs are there. That is, this is favorite fruit. This is fruit, apple, pear, grapes, and banana. And I wrote here that one vote is equal to one smiley. Means for these fruits we have collected votes. So maximum number of votes is attained by the fruit apple, and the least is attained by grapes. Similarly, we are having another pictograph, that is of favorite subject, and we have collected the votes, that one pencil is equals to one vote. So for mathematics, I would able to get, I have got 4 votes, and for social science, I got 3 votes. So from this, we can also interpret the data and we can answer some questions also. So let's move for the next representation, that is a bar graph. Okay, students, see, as I've already explained, that bar graph is used to represent or display the information using bars. Okay, using bars, bars of uniform width. The width should be equal. Okay, and their heights being proportional to the respective value. Which value? The heights is depending upon the respective value. As you can see that this graph represents the number of students in class 8. Number of students in class 8 in 5 academic session, or you can say 5 consecutive academic session, 2003, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, or 7, 8. Right? So some questions has been asked according to this, that what is the information given by the graph, as I already explained, that 5 consecutive academic years and the number of students present in class 8 in 5 consecutive academic years. Next is, in which year is the increase in the number of students is maximum? So we can see that the answer is 2004 and 5, because in 2003 and 4 the number of students were 100, but in 4 and 5 the number increases to 200. Okay, so in which year the increase in number of students is maximum, that is 4 and 5. Third one is, in which year is the number of students maximum, that is 7 and 8. As you can see the length of the bar graph and you can predict the answer. Next, fourth answer is, state whether true or false the number of students during 5 and 6 is twice that of 2003 and 4. The answer is yes, because in 2005 and 6, the number of students. Just wait. Yes, the number of students is 200, and in 2003 and 4 the number of student 100. So yes, the you can say that the number of student during 5 and 6 is twice that of 2003 and 4. Okay, because it is 100 and it is 200, means twice. So answer is yes. Can get the answer here. One answer is wrong. You have to modify second number that you have to write here, that is 4 and 5. Okay. You just make it correct. Okay. Just write 2004 to 5. Okay. Now everything is okay. Now, next one is double bar graph. Yes, double bar graph means, as I told you, that if we are having two sets of data, but two sets of data of a particular thing. For example, here we are comparing that the marks the marks obtained by a student in year 2005 and 6 and year 2006 and 7. So here see, in students mark obtained by students in 5 and 6 and 6 and 7. This white page is presenting the year 5 and 6, and this blue vertical bars represent year 6 and 7, right? So by reading the graph, we could able to get some information from here, and side by side we'll try to answer some questions. That is, what is the information given by the double bar graph? See class, what is the information given by the double bar graph? See, double bar graph gives or you can say give information about the marks obtained by students in maths and science in consecutive year 2005 and 6 and 6 and 7. In which subject has the performance improved the most? Means which subject has a performance improved the most? That is mathematics, because in 2005 and 6 the marks obtained by the student is 30, but in 2006 and 7 the marks obtained by students is 60, right? In which subject has performance deteriorate, matlab decreased? That is English, because in 2005 and 6 it was around 50, but in 2006 and 7 it decreases. So we can say deteriorate. So that's why we can say that English subject performance deteriorate and the performance improve the most is mathematics. Okay, this is all about what we have discussed in class 7. So for your revision, I have taught this much, and let's move for the next, that is frequency distribution. Okay, before discussing about frequency distribution, let me clear about what is frequency of an observation or frequency of a collection of data. See students, so first of all try to understand what is frequency. Frequency means the number of times a particular observation occurs. Means एक particular observation कितनी बार repeat हो रहा है. For example, if I toss a coin, okay, the head comes 5 times and the tail comes 2 times. Then the number of heads, that is 5 times, and number of tails is 2 times, is the frequency of the given data, right? See, I have taken one example. I have taken some numerical data, that is 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, like this. So from here I can say that number 4 came 2 times. Okay, number 5 came 3 times. number 7 came 4 times, and number 8 came 1 time. So all these things are called the frequency of the data. I hope it is clear to all.